Hello my friend, is it worth investing in a separate preamp or should you just stick to the pre's inside your audio interface? Let's dive straight in. Behind me is an ART Pro Channel 2 tube microphone preamp. You can pick them up for around £400. I got this one considerably cheaper, and it's also had its stock tubes replaced or upgraded, which from looking online seems to be generally recommended with these preamps. So it's a valve preamp. It's also got a pretty comprehensive EQ on it and a compressor too, but for today we're going to be bypassing the EQ and specifically looking at that valve preamp. Now, whether to use a separate outboard preamp or to stick with the preamps inside your interface seems to be a topic that pops up an awful lot on music production threads, so I thought it'd be an interesting one to do a bit of A/Bing today to really see if we can hear the benefits. Now, to be completely honest, I've always been pretty happy with the sound that's come out of the Focusrite Scala AI6 that I've got sitting just behind me. Particularly on vocals, I really like the air mode function that you can dial in, but I've found I've never managed to get an electric guitar sound that I'm really super happy with. And I've also found sometimes the acoustic guitars just sound a little bit spiky and angular somehow. So when this preamp came my way, I thought it'd be well worth checking out. So first off in this video, I'm going to plug in an electric guitar direct into the ART Pro Channel 2. And then following that, I'm going to plug into the Focusrite AI6 so you can hear the difference between the two. Now, you may have seen in that last clip, I'm pushing that preamp pretty hard when I'm running the electric guitar through. A couple of occasions it even clipped a little bit. You'll notice the clip light which comes up on the preamp, but I really wanted to push them to get as much warmth that I could out of the valves so we really can A/B the difference. Now I'm going to hop inside the DAW in a bit so we can get really analytical and check out the differences of the sounds. But before I do, I'm going to set up one of these, a Lua LCT040 match, and I'm going to record a bit of acoustic guitar. This time again, pushing the valves pretty hard inside the ART preamp and also then comparing it to the Focusrite. Check it out. Just interrupting this video for a moment to let you know about a free mixing course I've got for you. It's called Pro Mix Method. It's going to teach you how to build a solid professional foundation to your mix so your music can stand out on sites like Spotify. You'll find the link for Pro Mix Method below this video. Okay, so I've got the two guitars here. Both are going through Rock Rack from Plugin Alliance. I really like the sound of this plugin. Here's our Focusrite. And the ART. The Focusrite. And back to the ART. So I'd love to know your thoughts on these two before I reveal my thoughts, which are, I think it's a big win for the preamp. Now, it's kind of subtle and kind of not. I actually noticed it more listening through my monitors than I can here on headphones. but I actually really noticed it first off when I was playing. I can feel that it's responding a lot more like playing into a guitar amp. There's a bit of give, and it's just a bit more fun actually to play with the sound that I'm getting back. To me, going through the preamp, it feels fuller in those mids, and it just feels like the guitar has got more guts to it. It's got a bit more rock and roll kind of recklessness about it. And also notice on the tops too that it just feels a little bit smoother too. Overall, it just feels a bit more glued together and a bit more gutsy. Let's have one more listen. Once again with the Focusrite. Just a little bit on the scratchy side. Through the Art Preamp, it just feels like it's just got a bit more guts. Let's check out the acoustic guitars. So again, here's the Focusrite. And the ART. And again, the Focusrite. And the ART. Again, I'm definitely leaning towards the ART. Some of that scratchiness, which has been a bit of an issue for me recording directly into the Focusrite, certainly feels smoothed out by going through the preamp. Again, those mids and the lower mids just feel fuller, which is so crucial with an acoustic or an electric guitar. So one more listen. Yeah, I'm really starting to get my ears tuned into that now, and the art just definitely feels smoother all round, and the Focusrite just feels a little bit more angular and spiky, and potentially I would imagine a bit more challenging to mix. So using a preamp, or to be more specific, using this particular preamp, I've found to be a real win. Actually, it's been really cool to make this video today just so I can really A/B the two, and I got to say I'm really liking what I'm hearing both on the electric and the acoustic guitar. The preamp is delivering what I would want from it. You've got some of that valvey warmth, a little bit of gluiness, and I just like the overall vibe of the sound and character that's coming out from the Pre. Of course, there's a lot of different preamps out there, and this one still is pretty inexpensive at around £400. Preamps can get really, really pricey. I know there's a couple of cheaper ones, one particularly made from ART, also one from Presonus. I think they're Tube Pre, I think they still make that. If you're using either of those, I'd love to hear from you. What sort of results are you getting from those cheaper budget end preamps? Also, if you have more expensive preamps, I'd love to hear from you too. Whatever your experience with them, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, of course, if you're just starting out in the world of home studio production, I definitely think investing in a separate preamp is a bit overkill. It's probably going to confuse you and do more harm than good when you start out, particularly with something like this, which also has a built-in EQ and compression, so you can sculpt the sound even further. You know, all of those choices are just going to be too much when you're starting out. I think you're better off just with a plug-in and go setup like this Focusrite behind me. But being honest, part of me did think that investing in the Pre around this price point might be a bit of a placebo and that I couldn't necessarily hear the difference. And I've got to say I've been really, really pleasantly surprised by how much of a difference and how much I like the character and sound that's coming out from this preamp. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments box below. I want to hear from you. Whilst you're there, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Grab your free ProMix method mixing course. You'll find the link for that below this video. If you enjoyed this one today, you definitely want to check this next one out.